And yes, we have already renamed the variables. We changed the setting from sum to count. Now if you want to put it in table format, we just select the whole table, go to insert, and look for this particular plus window here, and then your table is done, right? So if you want to change to remove the table and put it in different place, you just select the whole table, go to your keyboard, press on Ctrl plus X, Ctrl X. So now you are cutting your table, and then take it to whatever data sheet you want to, and then Ctrl V. So you have your table already here, right? If you have something like this where the writing goes beyond the border, the borders of the cell, you just click on that particular cell and just go here, and then you have everything put inside. Okay, so this is how we come out with this table. However, there is one more thing that I want to bring your attention to. So when we have tables like this with less frequencies, and sometimes the table is too long, it is preferable that we make the table shorter. In order for us to make it shorter, we need to put these values in classes. To do so, just right click on this in this column, in any value here in this column, right click, then go to group, and then you will have this by. So then you have to put the range of every class here. If let's say 5, I will have it in a few, I will have my table summarized in 2 classes only. So if I want to go back, just do the same thing, right click and then ungroup. Right, I can play around the value here. Let's say I will make it 2. Right, okay, and then I have now more classes, 5 classes generally. Okay, so this is how we come out with summary tables. Let's do another one for, let's do another summary table for categorical variable. So we do this, we follow the same steps. Insert, pivot table, and then here we have to select the whole values of the variable. Let's say program, okay, and then the table is going to take place here. I will click OK, and then I need to drag this one. I make sure that the name of the variable appears both in rows and also in values, and then there we go, we have our table already prepared. Okay, so if you want to delete, you just select the table and press delete in your keyboard, and that's how we basically come out with summary tables or frequency tables. So this is the second task that is part of this video tutorial agenda. So this is completed, and now how to prepare a graph. Alright, now we need to transfer this these summary tables into meaningful graphs. So to do so, again, let's go back to our data, and we are again going to use the insert functions. So we just go to insert, and then we select, basically we are going to work with either this one to come out with some histograms, we call them bar charts, or we can use this one to produce pie charts. So we need to select the variable first. Let's say which variable I'm interested at. We need to come out with the summary tables first. Alright, go back to this table here. We have these classes. So we need to select the table and go to insert, select the table, oops, let's create another table, program, insert pivot table, study program, existing worksheet. So this is our program created already. Drag it down to values, and the table is there. Right, so now to come out with come out with the graph after we select the table. And then we just come here, for example, we choose this one, alright, and then we have the graph. It's super simple, super easy. So then we can, if you want to rename the table, we can just write programs here, and this is the name of the table, the name of the graph, sorry. And then these two functions here, plus and the brush, are going to help us to basically modify the graph. If I click here, please remain everything as it is, but you may be interested in adding this data label to see the frequencies on every category. Alright, this could be a good idea. Legends, always keep the legends. If you remove it, you see the legend will disappear. Always keep it as it is, and that's it. For brush, this is if you want to change the look of your table, of your graphs. Alright, so you can choose among many designs. So there we go, we have our table. If you want to increase it or decrease it, that's all possible. If you want to shift the location, you just drag the table. If you want to shift the location of your table, you just need to drag it to wherever you want to take it, and that's it. So we can do the same thing with the pie chart. Right. One more thing, if you want to change the location of this chart and you put it into a different or within a different data sheet, you just select and then Control X to cut it, go to whatever sheet, and you can place it wherever you want. Alright, so let's I'm going to delete this one, and I'm going to do another table for another graph for this table. So let's say in this case I'm going to use the pie chart, for instance, right? And then I have my pie chart, so I can rename the variable from here, and I can increase or decrease the size of the graph. Legends, if I want to remove them, but it's not a good idea. You always keep them there. Data label, yeah, it is there. I can remove it. It's good to keep it there. And then if I go to brush, I can change the design as I want. I can choose among plenty of or many options. Right? So it's up to you on whatever design you want to choose. Right? So delete, and then this is how we come out with this kind of graphical representation. Number 3 or number 4 is how to come out with cross tabulation. Cross tabulation is when we take two different variables and we put them together. And to do this, we are also going to use the same function, which is pivot table. We click on it, and then we need to key in, let's say, two variables. Let's say these two categorical variables. But usually we can do it with two variables. We can do it also with three variables. So if I click OK, and then I have the two variables, I need to drag the one with less categories, cars, preferably, and for easy interpretation of the graph or the table, it's better for me to put the one which has less categories on the left side and the rows, and the one which has more categories on values, right? And by doing this, I would have my table. It looks like this. Study program, if I bring it here, alright, so